Good Money Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Whoopin Bet Show here, presented by the Kota Sports Gambling Network. I am Kota Capper Pace. If you haven't followed us on Twitter yet, follow the show on Twitter at Whoopin Bets, or follow the network, the Kota Sports Gambling Network, on Twitter or Instagram at Kota Cappers, or check us out online, www.kotasportscappers.com. We start a new week here. No games were on Monday. Year to date, we're still positive units. Pretty solid week last week. We started out hot. Had some so-so days, and then kind of finished out fairly strong on Sunday there. The Storm we labeled kind of the game of the month, game of the season kind of for us. -8.5, and ended up dropping down to -7, and they just blew the doors off the Liberty. So we get that nice little win, and that was good for us to end the week on a high note with that game there. So on the year, we are 33, 28, and 1, plus 7.37 units. We have 4 games here today. The first game on today's slate is the Washington Mystics taking on the Indiana Fever. Washington -8 on the road. The over-under here 163. The Fever plus 280 on that money line. Now, this is the best over team in the Fever, right, against the best under team in the Mystics. I know we've preached all season long, fade, not really fade, but just take every single Fever over. Every time the Fever play, hammer the over, and it's worked out pretty well for us. If you look here, they are they're 8-2 to the over, and you look at the Mystics, they're 8-1 to the under now. So again, you have Indiana, top 5 offense, who just faced Connecticut with the number 2 in defense, and now they take on a Mystics team here. I know they're at home, but they welcome a Mystics team that's number 1 in defensive points per game allowed here. But again, if you just look at the Fever, they just played the Sun, who are a top 2 defense in this league, and now they take on the best defense in this league. The over did hit 161. But it hit by 1 point on May 22nd when the Fever and the Sun played. And now this is going up, 3 more points at 164. And you're taking on not only the best defensive team in the land, you're taking on one of the best teams in the league here. So I'm going to take the under here. I just think that these are going to... I just think that the Mystics are going to be able to slow down the Fever. The Mystics, a much more experienced, better, talented squad here on the road. I think they're just going to be able to kind of create havoc a little bit and cause some issues for the Fever. So we look at that Sun game on May 22nd against the Fever, and we're kind of basing our handicap off that. Yes, that total did go over just by 1 point. Now we have a total here that's with the Mystics, who are the best defensive team in the land, and it's up 3 points. We're hoping that it's going to go under the total, 163.5. So we like the under here. I know we said take every single Fever over until the end of time. Take it. I hate that we're doing it, but I think this, again, I'm a big fan of winning money and helping you guys win money. I think this is going to stay under the total, under 164. So that's what we're taking here for the first game. In our second game of the day, we have the Phoenix Mercury taking on the Chicago Sky. Chicago -8.5 here. The over-under 163.5. The Phoenix Mercury plus 280 on the money line. Chicago hasn't been great against the spread this season. They've started slow, much like they did last year, right? Against the spread this season, they're just 2-6. 2-5. The Mercury are 2-6, but the Mercury are also 0-4 against the spread as underdogs this season, as they're underdogs here today. While Chicago isn't much better, they do have 1 ATS cover as the favorite in 4 tries. Again, Chicago is winning ball games. They just haven't been covering spreads. However, I do think this is a get-right game here for the Sky. After they start a nice long road trip, I think, do they have 4 games and 5 tries after this home game? So I think they really get out hot. They start out on a positive note. I wouldn't hate even the Sky first half here. Maybe the Mercury make it a game late. But I'm going to take the Sky here, -9, -8.5, depending on what book you can get. I know it's a big number. I understand that. But I just think the Sky are, again, they've been winning games. They've been playing good basketball. They just haven't been covering spreads, and now they take on a Mercury team that is 2-6 against the spread, who is 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games. Give me the Sky here at home to get a nice, easy cover. I think they win this game by 10, 15 points, and we'll roll with that. All right, so there's our first 2 plays of the day. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the Sun and the Aces, the most anticipated game possibly of the week, right? I would say so. You look at the Aces here at home, -4.5. The over-under 167.5. Ooh, that's high, but is it high enough? The Sun +160 on that money line. I'm a value guy. I almost looked at that Sun +160 on the money line, but at the end of the day, how can you fade the number one team? How can you fade a team that's 7-2 against the spread, 8-1 overall, while the Sun are just 4-4 against the spread, and they've never really been in the underdog role this season. So this is a first for the Sun, and maybe they come out on the road on fire as the underdog. Who knows? Who knows? Time will tell, I guess. But again, we have two opportunities to make money with these two teams as they play today, and then I believe they play on Thursday as well. So I think the Aces get it done here at home today. I think they come out and make a statement. Hey, we're the Aces. We're the best team in the land. On Thursday, it'd be interesting to see what the line is. I wouldn't be surprised if we're back in the Sun here. You know, similar to kind of what happened in that Storm Liberty back-to-back game. Storm looked good, ended up not getting the cover against the Liberty. That second game out, they come out and blow the doors off the Liberty. I think we see the opposite here. I think we see the Aces come out and show the league and show the world that, hey, yes, we can beat good teams, we can beat bad teams. It doesn't matter who we play, we beat teams, and we cover against these teams. So again, it's tough. It's tough. I just cannot feel comfortable putting money down and fading an Aces team that is 7-2 against the spread, 8-1 overall against a Sun team that's just 500 against the spread. So that's our play here. Again, I'm not going to label this as our play of the day. I do think this is going to be a close contest, but I think down the road, at the end of the game, I think this becomes maybe a free throw, foul here, foul there, and the Aces can cover that -4.5 spread here. So that's our third play of today. Of course, the date is last day of May, ladies and gentlemen, last day of May. This is Tuesday, May 31st. Our final game here, 9:30 on ESPN3. We have the Dallas Wings taking on the Los Angeles Sparks here. The Sparks at home, -3. The over-under here, 165.5. The Dallas Wings +120 on the money line. Little bit of a goofy game here, because when I looked at this line, I'm like, Wings, baby. Wings all the way, right? I mean, how not? The Sparks are trash. Yeah, I know they're coming off a win against Minnesota, but Minnesota's not great, and the Wings are good. The Wings are a good team. I'm high on the Wings this season, and now they're an underdog on the road. It's tough. It's tough. I do like this, but this is Dallas's fourth road game in their last 5 tries. They're coming off a 31-point loss to the Sun, and now they have to travel across the country and head to LA. That isn't great. So that's why I'm kind of steering away from the side here, and I'm going to look towards the total here as well. Again, the total, give me the over. Dallas is 4-2 to the over as underdogs. The Sparks are 4-1 to the over as the favorite, and 2-1 to the over at home so far this season. So I just think that the Wings, fourth road game in 5 tries. They were on the East Coast. Now they have to go to the West Coast. I know, yeah, there's been a couple rest days in there in between, but I just think that's a long road trip here. I do think this line is probably correct. I do think the Sparks cover this game. I honestly do. I just don't feel a ton of confidence in it. I just think I'm more confident in the over here, 165.5. The Sparks love to give up points, right? The Sparks love to give up points. A lot of people on Dallas spread here in Dallas money line, and rightfully so. So again, that does worry me a little bit because usually when we're on the same side as people, that's not good for those guys, right? They usually want to be fading us. Just kidding. We've been doing pretty all right this season. Plus what? Just under 8 units. But again, if you look at just the total here, the over/under, Dallas this season 5-3, the Sparks 7-2-1 this season. Like we just said, 2-0 at home to the over, 4-1. As a favorite to the over, and the underdog, the Wings are 4-2. So I think the over 165.5 here is a strong play, and we're going to roll with those 4 plays on today's docket. Again, if you haven't followed us on Twitter, follow us at Whoopin Bets. Of course, you can follow the network at Kota Cappers on Twitter and Instagram. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz. I love interacting with you guys. If you guys love a play, let me know. If you have any questions on any first half lines, let me know. If you hate a play, let me know. If you want to subscribe, let me know. And let's do this together. Let's win some money. It's a great day to win some money, ladies and gentlemen, on the WNBA slate. Let's get it done today. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.